I'm just like really pumped that Ford has been quietly making this thing better and better and better as it's, you know, gone through its life cycle. Like,
would you drive this as a daily driver?
100%.
Since you have an electric?
Oh yeah, like 100% I would drive this. Okay.
Now, you have not told me how much it costs.
All right, it's been a couple years, but we have the 2025 Ford Mustang Mach E this week. Well, it's been a couple years since we've had the Ford Mustang Mach E. It feels like it's been a couple years since we've done a review because we've been super busy. But we have the Ford Mustang Mach E. They've made us a couple subtle upgrades, which I think, hot take, might make this the best daily driver EV value, period.
You think that's a hot take?
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just
a popular take.
Maybe it's a popular take.
I don't know.
It is my take.
So this is the Ford
We've already told them that.
Mustang Mach E. Does it say Mustang Mach E or no? Or is
Much
this
to
Ford
people's
Mach E?
dismay, it's Mustang Mach E. They should have just called it the Mach E.
Oh, okay. So from the outside, do you see how it kind of looks like a car?
Well, yeah, but
Like, that's why I said that. I'm not like stupid. I love this color, by the way.
you do?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
like
a
it.
huge fan of
I'm
the
not a
magenta.
huge fan, but I think it looks very like rich or something. Oh, I guess it is kind of pink, isn't it?
Yeah,
In the sun, it looks.
it's very magenta.
That is funny. I mean, I would drive a pink car, and I love the black accents.
Yeah, that looks
I
really
think those
good.
look
yeah.
really good. The wheels are great. It's a very sleek car. You want to look at the front end?
Yeah, I mean, if you
I
want to.
I do. I like this thing. I don't know. It looks cool. I think it looks cool. I like
Yeah.
the shape of the overall car.
Yeah.
Like, it's very swoopy, but like in a good way.
Okay.
Sometimes cars are like too swoopy, but I feel like they did the swoop right.
The rear-wheel drive Ford Mustang Mach E had a 4.7 cubic foot front trunk space, but it also had a drain. Like, you could use it as a cooler. This one is all-wheel drive, right? So you have 2.5 cubic feet. Now, I would highlight this still as a positive. I know 2.5 cubic feet doesn't seem like a lot of space. However, the Ioniq twins, the Ioniq5 and Ioniq6, which I think are two of the best sort of daily driven EVs, have what is essentially like a mail slot, like up front. So the fact that Ford retained some of this space, even though it has all-wheel drive, is admirable. Now, you have to say, because it's impossible to compare, you know, this to anything other than the Model Y, because they're basically the same size. The Model Y is slightly larger than this, even in all-wheel drive form. But I like the fact that Ford kept the 2.5 feet front trunk, 2.5 cubic feet front trunk, just because it gives you one more usable space to store some odds and ends. Maybe if you don't want them out and about in the car, or you're leaving your purse in the car. There you go. If you're leaving your purse somewhere in the car and you don't want to put it in back for some reason, it just is another option. And I think that it's nice that they made the effort to keep that.
I like the back end. And I like this thing that, like, what is this?
Well, that's a little spoiler.
Yeah, but I don't mind it. Do you like it?
Well, it's actually, you know what it's meant to do is hide that. It makes it look more sloped than it actually is.
Makes what look more sloped? The
Look
car?
at how it's painted. So the roof of the car looks lower than it is.
Oh.
It's a little bit of a visual trick.
Oh. See, so to make it look more like a car.
Yeah.
More sporty.
Well, more sporty, really.
So it tricked me.
Yeah.
I like the taillights. They're a little weird, but
They're Mustang taillights.
yeah, they are like
Yeah.
the three like
Yeah.
that. Can I open the back?
Yeah.
But you know what I can't do is figure out how to open the car doors. Oh, I found it. That was real time how long it took me to find the.
Well, we cut away. It was too long.
This is pretty big.
Yeah, it's 30 cubic feet.
Yeah, that's a good amount of space. What is under here? Is it like a spare
That's
tire?
where you put the charger.
Oh, like your cord
Yeah.
after you wrap it all up and everything? Yeah, and do the front seats, or the back seats roll down?
Yep.
That's nice. Oh, and there's like a thing.
So if the Ford Mustang Mach E has one Achilles heel still, even with all of the iterative improvements that Ford has made, it's the charging, okay? So this still has the old charge port, even though Ford now is gonna offer an adapter so you can use the Tesla supercharger network, which really takes a lot of the stress out of the whole charging thing, is you can use pretty much any charging system, Electrify America and the charge point, the Tesla system, and you can get the adapter so it works with that. This one still has the old style where you have the what was it, the CHAdeMO or whatever, you know, fast charging, but that's not the main problem. I don't think that's that big of a deal because adapters adapters are a thing. I think the main problem is that the Ford can only accept 150 kilowatts when you pull up to a fast charger. Now, I did charge it at a fast charger, and I was at about 60% on the battery. When I plugged it in, it never saw more than about 90 kilowatts. I was stuck in the high 80s to low 90s, and then it slowed dramatically once it got past 80%. So I was there for like 15 minutes or whatever. I'll roll the video so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And I got up to like 90 miles or whatever, but it took a while. So this has 300 miles of range, which is good. It's competitive in the segment, but the charge speed is relatively slow. Now, do I think that's a deal breaker against something like the Tesla, which charges about 100 kilowatts faster, or the Ioniq twins, which can charge over 300? They have like a really fast charge rate from like 20 to 80%. I don't necessarily think it is, mainly because the one party trick that all EVs share is that you can charge them at home. So you can wake up every day if you get a 240 at your house and you probably have a full charge. So then it just becomes kind of a day-to-day maintenance thing, right? We do not have a 240 at home. So I've been just keeping this on the 120, which charges super slow with EVs, like with modern EVs. And it's been enough to kind of keep it going, even though my commute is long. And I stopped in at that supercharger when I was at 60. I've never dropped below 60. So just in day-to-day life, even without a 240 at home, it hasn't been a problem for us. I drove all the way to Atlanta and back this morning, and it had a full charge, and I'm still at like 275 miles of range.
That's like almost an hour each way. They don't know.
Yeah, it was an hour each way, and it was like 30 miles or so one way. So it's about 60 miles, but because some of it was stop and go or whatever, it only like used about 25 on the overall range. And then some of it was highway driving coming back. So honestly, I really don't think that's a big deal. It will become a bigger deal as EVs continue to evolve, but I would say for the next 5 years or more, this shouldn't be a deal breaker on your decision whether or not to get a Mach E.
So first thing, we're driving. I don't love the way this drives. The gas and the brake are a little too, and I think it's just because it's an electric vehicle. It's got like that regen and stuff in the brake that I don't love. Like and I think it's one of those things you would get used to. Like if you like this vehicle and this was something that you wanted to drive, like it's very smooth. It's a very smooth drive. It's just kind of like jerky to me because the like when I put I feel like the brake is really like strong. Like you barely touch it. And then when I let up on the gas, I feel like it's starting to brake, and I just don't love it. But I don't ever love that in a car. So, but I think it is something you could get used to.
What if we tried turning it to a different mode?
Well, you said there was like one pedal driving. I 100% do not want that.
No,
mode.
You don't like one pedal driving. No. I'm talking about like this is in...
Oh, like sport mode or something?
Well, this is in sport mode. I'm saying what if we turn sport mode off?
Yeah, maybe I would like it better.
Okay,
so,
well let's...
Oh, are you doing it right now?
Yeah, let's try
What are we putting it in? Comfort mode? Whisper mode? What are those?
Engage mode.
Engage mode. All right.
This takes the edge off the gas and brake.
Oh, well then I'll probably like that better. But this car is very smooth driving. It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
The driving experience, like sitting here, is very comfortable. The seat's very comfortable. Everything's very comfortable. And there's tons of space in this car.
You literally just said it's a small car at the start.
Yeah, but okay, just because it's a small, I just said it looked like a car.
You were like, is this a small car?
It looks like a car to me. But there's a lot of legroom and stuff, which I appreciate. And normally I drive the same place you drive, but you've been riding dirty way far back. I had to keep pulling the seat up.
Oh, sorry.
To fit. No, it's fine. I just mean
gangster lean.
It is the gangster in you. There's just a lot of space. What about the heads up or this screen? Can I talk about that screen?
I mean, if you want, that's the driver information.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah.
I think we could have taken some away from the middle and put it here. This is just kind of very small and underwhelming to me. Like I feel like there should be a little more on here. You know?
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's got like the basic information.
What more do you want?
I don't know. I just like it to be bigger. I just don't love it, and I don't love I don't know. It's just all very small. Which meanwhile, I have like a 27-inch flat screen TV over here, but then
actually 15 and a half.
But then my driver information is like the size of a postage stamp. So
you like it when things are in front of you. Like
yes. Well, I don't want to be able to look over here. I feel like this is like for everybody in the car.
Yeah.
This is for me, and I want it to be more. I want it to have more information.
You would not like a Tesla where they just have one screen.
They don't have a thing here?
Nope.
No, absolutely not. That's not for me. There's a lot of things to really like about this car. I love the way it looks too. I think it's pretty cool on the inside. And the seat's very comfortable. Like very comfortable. And it's got a little pickup, you know. Like, that's pretty good. I mean, I got up to like 47 right there.
I know.
Kind of wild.
Slow down. Crazy talk.
Slow down, crazy speedster.
So when it comes to driving the Mach E, this may be the best driving EV sort of in day-to-day purposes. We like the Ioniqs a lot. We both like the Ioniqs a lot.
Well, the inside.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't love the outside. I'm talking about the way they drive, though.
Okay.
Like, we like the way that the Ioniqs drive, and they're a little bit more customizable than the Mach E. I feel like you have a little bit more control over the amount of regen, stuff like that. That being said, the one-pedal driving experience in the Mach E might be the best just straight out the box in terms of, like, it's just calibrated so perfectly. That guy was going like way slower than I was anticipating. The thing that impresses me the most is maybe in low speed, like the calibration of the gas, like, or I guess you'd call it the throttle since this is an EV. The calibration of it is so fine-tuned, you can literally creep around parking lots in one-pedal driving with just a tiny input and taking your foot off the brake, and the Mustang does it really smoothly. But then on the highway, if you lift off the brake, you don't necessarily get thrown forward. It slows kind of gradually and then increases as you get to slower speed. So yes, GM gives you that kind of regen paddle that you can pull to increase the regen. And then the Ioniq twins give you a little bit more control in the Ioniq5 and Ioniq6. And then Tesla, I would say, probably does this well. You know, Tesla doesn't give press cars out, so we can't compare a Model Y to the Mach E, you know, even though they're direct competitors. But I think the way this car drives, and then the ride, like the ride in this thing, the Ioniqs, I like them a lot. They're a little bit floaty for my taste because EVs are heavy, and so they have to be very softly sprung. Or
Why
do
are they heavy? Because of the battery?
Yeah, the batteries are heavy, and so Ford does a really good job here making this feel way more composed and even kind of a little bit sporty and athletic over bumps. And it only kind of betrays itself if you're going over like a really big bump where you can tell that there's a lot of weight moving around. But this has one of the best overall rides of any EV you can buy, like really does. I really like that. The other thing about the driving experience is Blue Cruise. We've had a couple vehicles with Blue Cruise, and remember we had that Lincoln Nautilus that had the Ford version of Blue's Clues. Blue Cruise, and I criticized it a little bit simply because I felt like we were on a road that should have been mapped and it was having trouble accessing it. And that was like maybe 2 years ago.
But
this
no, I
has,
don't remember it.
right, you don't remember it. It was 2 years ago.
I don't remember what happened yesterday.
This has, you know, whatever the latest iteration of Blue Cruise is, and it worked amazing. I literally just came back from Atlanta where I took Hallie to a volleyball training, and we were in heavy traffic. I used Blue Cruise for 20-25 minutes straight on I-85.
What is that? It's like cruise control?
Yeah, but it's semi-autonomous. You don't have to touch the wheel. It just drives itself. It'll change lanes on its own.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
On the interstate?
Yep. Like
Dang, did you do that? Were you scared?
Hallie said she was. She said she didn't like that the car was doing everything for her.
That's wild.
But
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, but in heavy traffic, it worked way better than any other Blue Cruise I had used previously.
Did you ever have to like grab the wheel and correct it?
Nope, never had to do
Not the whole
anything.
time?
Nope, and we even ran into some traffic, so we came to a full stop.
It's like almost an hour trip.
Right, almost.
2 hours round trip, yeah.
We came to almost a full stop and then started going again, and it never hiccuped once, never had a problem once. So hats off to Ford, hats off to the Blue Cruise team, whoever's been like iterating on that. And I think you might be getting at this point in the review, that's kind of what I feel like about the Mach E in general. This was one of the first challengers to Tesla, really, when it came out, and I think it was good. I liked the GT that I had that I've mentioned before in this review, but it feels like they've just ironed out like all the complaints about the Mach E. Like, I really, really like everything about this. The complaints now are very minimal, and so from a driving perspective, I've been driving this all over Atlanta because I have a long commute now, and I've really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. The seat is so comfy. I've been stuck in it for, really long time because my commute is so long. And the infotainment, I'm just
the
able...
seat is also, it's also very big. I love, like
It feels,
it's
kind of
just-
like your famous King Ranch
Yeah,
seats
like
that
it feels like
so
you just got all
much.
the space to move
Now,
around.
if you're getting into sporty driving and stuff, this
I was
is
gonna say
not,
it doesn't like hug you like some of
not
those
like
sport
highly
seats.
bolstered,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna confuse it with the GT. I think the GT comes with Recaros maybe or something. I could be wrong about that, but like the GT seats are a lot more sporty than this. But this is a very comfy seat, and honestly, for day-to-day driving, the power that this thing has is plenty. You got 500 pound-feet of torque, so it's like you're not hurting for power. And the one pedal's so great. Like I legitimately love everything about daily driving this car. And I mean, come on, like power, you ready? Here's a little bit of power for you.
geez.
Like
Okay.
we're in unbridled, so
Whoa, geez.
yeah. See, like
Dude, you gotta warn me.
you have more power.
But hey, when
than
my
you.
head just flung back, it was actually comfy because the seat's
Because the seat's so comfy. So
Yeah.
you could hit 60 in 4 seconds, which is faster than most cars. Like this thing has the performance, the comfort, it has excellent ride quality, it has Blue Cruise. I mean, it has all of the things you could possibly want in a daily driver. So from behind the wheel, I mean, I have to say, this is my favorite EV. Like,
Would you drive this as a daily driver
100%.
since you have an electric?
Oh yeah, like 100% I would drive this as a daily driver. This is a fantastic daily driver from the driver's seat. There is not much to complain about.
Now these,
Why are we at the back?
I don't know, because I was trying it.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna fit in here. Do you?
Well, not with the seat there.
Okay, well this is where you drive the seat. Now I normally drive the same way you drive, but you drive further back in this one. I don't know. So, I mean, I can actually sit here. It's not super comfortable, but like I could take a ride here. It wouldn't be the end of the world. And the seats back here, what is this, real leather, fake leather? It's very smooth.
Yeah, it's probably real or some kind of synthetic.
Yeah, it's very nice. And I mean, it's very comfortable. It's cushy, it's comfortable. We've got cup holders back here. Got 2 cup holders here, got 2 chargers here. We got back. I don't love the door handle opening things because they're kind of tricky.
Yeah, Hallie didn't like them either.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things like where they like, let's try to be cool, and just for the sake of being cool, and it became too like,
I think the materials in here are
very
like
nice, yeah.
really good. Like they're really nice. Like I feel like
luxury to me.
Yeah, it feels very premium in here, and for a $56,000 vehicle, I think it's maybe like close to 57 as tested, but whatever. You're talking about, I think an acceptable price for a fully loaded Mach E with 300 miles of range. It's sort of commensurate with the Ioniq twins and their top level trim. Yeah, the steering wheel feels great in the hand. All the materials look and feel great. Like Ford did a good job, and I think that's the thing that I keep coming back to with this review is that the 2025 Mach E has been in this sort of like slow iteration process since it came out. And when it came out, it was pretty forward thinking. And I think everybody was like, well, that's really cool when they got over, complaining about the Mustang name. But they were like, that's pretty cool, but like, it has a few flaws here and there, and maybe some of the interior materials could be better, and the shifter was dumb and stuff like that. Ford's rotary shifter. I don't know if anybody really likes that. Now the materials feel great. The seats are fabulous. The shifter's on the column where it kind of makes more sense. You've got a well laid out interior. I mean, this thing, it's like they just went point by point and said, okay, we hear you and we're gonna address all the, complaints. The technology in here is pretty good. This screen is, approximately the same size. It's huge, 15.5 inches here, 10 inches for the driver instrument. It's like as big as the Tesla screen. They're obviously copying the one in the Model S. Do I think the software and stuff runs as good as the Tesla screen? I would personally say no. The Tesla screen still has, I think, more processing power in it. So when you're swiping around and stuff, it's just a little bit more responsive. The delays are minimal. This is very, very good. And the delays are not like long, but it still just doesn't feel quite as crisp as something like, an iPad does. I think the Tesla screen is closer to that. However, the technology and the integration and the Apple CarPlay integration is pretty fantastic. The surround view camera and stuff looks great. You can access your primary functions up here. I hit that, I go to the surround view camera. I can back right out of it, and I can go to the vehicle, your primary vehicle controls, where I can turn on one pedal driving. You see a little bit of a delay there.
Driving.
Like when I click on those, they take just a little bit of time. So like they're not quite as crisp as I'd like them to be, but they're very good. And I had no technology hiccups whatsoever. All right, when I was doing this, I talked about Blue Cruise in the driving portion, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, okay. Now, there is one drawback when you have a screen this large. It's not a huge one, but you will notice it. Your climate control stuff is way down here, all right? There's two problems with this. The first is that it requires just a little bit more distraction from the road. Now, Ford integrates them into the central dial at the bottom of the screen, which makes a lot of sense. So if I hit seat heating and cooling, I can adjust it with the main dial. I don't need to keep hitting the screen. Ford, great job with that.
And
Everybody
the seat
else.
coolers work really well.
Yeah,
I
they
forgot
work.
to
Yeah, the
mention
seat
that.
coolers
They
do work
they
well.
really
This is fully loaded, so that's nice. But like Ford, that was really smart. But the only problem is it's way down here, so it just requires a little bit more attention than you might want to give. And then like kind of a double check with your eyes to make sure that that volume dial isn't on volume, because if you wait too long, you'll crank the volume, and that's annoying. The second problem is when you have a stand like Megan
Like I
always
always
has
do.
here, it kind of blocks a little
Yeah.
bit of your hand. And so some of your functions at the bottom there, like your defrost, your heated seats, and your steering wheel heater, they're sort of behind. Now that happens in a lot of cars where the AC controls might be down there by the cup holders. But here, because it's a screen, you don't have a physical thing that you can kind of touch with
Well, I
your
think
hand.
we could have brought the bottom length of that screen
Yeah,
up a little bit. It didn't need
you
to
know
be
what I
quite
would
so
like
long.
to see? I think you're 100% right on that. I'd like to see Ford, maybe you have some sort of screen customization. So somebody who...
Or you can move it up and down.
Exactly.
That'd be cool.
So like maybe I could say, hey, this bar down here, I'd like to have it up here, right? Toyota has a sort of version of this with their dials in the Lexus models on their giant screen. But I think Ford's system here in theory is really cool. I would just like to see like a little bit more adaptability, maybe a little bit more customization. All in all though, from a technology standpoint, I'm super impressed at what this Mach E can kind of do. It's not that it really like magically gained a bunch of features, and it makes me think of two things from an interior standpoint. One is, where are they gonna go with the next Mach E? Because this is a great first effort. And then the other thing is, why isn't there a Lincoln version of this car? Like, you ever think about that? Like, I feel like there should be a Lincoln version of this car. Like, Lincoln
Are you
should...
asking me if I ever think about that?
Well, no, I'm just asking you,
'Cause
audience
no, that
member.
is not.
Like, I feel like there should be a Lincoln version of this, a full EV with like really well thought out tech, and that Lincoln's really stunning new interiors. I don't know, Ford, Lincoln, hit me up. I've got ideas.
And like this is you like press it and I don't know. It just seems, I don't know,
It's a bridge too far.
a bridge too far. Yeah, I don't love it. Like, first of all, look how much space I've got. I am 5'9" and I'm like all leg, and my legs are like completely straight. I have so much space. Like, I wouldn't drive this far back. But the fact that I could drive this far back if I wanted to and still sit behind myself, you've got like the double layer, like little thing here in the middle.
Yeah, you like that. where
Which
you
I
have the-
do like that, because if you can put little things on here, like put your little wallet or whatever.
Doesn't have an open floor plan though.
It does not have an open floor plan, which you know I like, but you can kind of fit through. I mean, the steering wheel is very comfortable. Like, I love a big fat like steering wheel, and the leather feels lovely. Now this, look, can you see the tiny little, what is this, my driver information
Yeah.
or whatever? It's so tiny. I just feel like this could be bigger, and this is absolutely like they're doing the most here.
15 and a half inches.
Yeah, it's so big, like like long or diagonal. I mean, it's just huge. It looks like when you turn it on, it looks like a cell phone, and this is like your home button, you know, like the old
Yeah.
iPhones used to have.
portrait mode.
And you know what? One thing I don't like, I think with this being so small, like I feel like I can't see, like the steering wheel covers most of this.
All right, so little bit of a downside
not
when
fit.
when it comes to the space in the backseat of the Mach E. Now, to be fair, I have the seat where I would prefer to have it, which, you know, you get full memory seats and all that because it's a fully loaded model, like we keep saying. But the rear seat space is tight for tall people. Now, I can move it up and I would be able to drive, so you could fit a 6'6" person behind me, but it wouldn't be super pleasant to drive and it wouldn't be super pleasant to sit behind me. However, we had Hallie in the back behind
Well, I
you, or
sat
you
right
in the
there,
back
so,
behind
yeah.
her. So we had 5'9" behind 6
6'1".
foot plus, yeah, tall, you know, 15-year-old. So yeah, you could fit tall people in here. Now, what I do not lack in, weirdly enough, is headroom. I actually have a great amount of headroom in here because the glass roof is so high, and the sort of visual trick of that painted roof
Yeah.
is
It
giving me
looks-
plenty of headspace.
This is a little It looks like you don't have enough headspace.
I know,
why
it
was
does.
saying
It looks
before,
like,
'cause
yeah.
It looks like you're squished from
Yeah.
here, but you're not.
It looks like I'm squished. You know, you also have a lot of charging options and stuff. It's just really like, you know, well laid out interior. I do think the Ioniqs beat most of their competitors on giving you so much more than you really think about. Like they have like USB-C charge points like all over the whole freaking car, and like this one has a wireless charger. They have like 2 like they have in the Santa Fe and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of an overcompensation with them, but I don't think that that's necessarily a deal breaker. This thing feels
Seats are
great
comfy,
back
okay.
here. The seats are super comfy. The headroom is surprisingly good. So as long as your family is normal sized, you'll
Not
probably
like
be
ours.
fine. Not like us. So at $56,000, or you know, I think it goes up to like right at 57 and change, 58, like if you got every single available option, should you consider the Mustang Mach E? Well, yes and no, and I'll tell you why. The yes in terms of like, is this a great daily driven EV? I would argue this is my favorite one. I really believe that. I like daily driving EVs. I'm a major kind of like motorhead car guy. I've got a Corvette. Like I love like sports cars and speed and driving. But when it comes to daily driving, I'm a realist because I have a really long commute, and there is no better thing to daily drive than an EV. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try it before you knock it, even if you're a car guy, okay? No lie, no cap, as the kids say.
They don't say that
No,
anymore.
they don't say that.
No,
Okay, yeah, of course they don't say that anymore. So do I think that's a reasonable amount of money to ask for a car like this fully loaded? I absolutely do. I really do. And I like this one. This would be my number one choice. Now I did say yes and no. What's with the no? Why would I say no? Currently in this market, EVs still have pretty horrific depreciation. The Mustang Mach E has slowly improved during its life cycle, but if you look at used Mustang Mach E's, fully loaded ones, and more importantly, the GT, used Mustang Mach E GTs, I would argue that the value equation there tips way in their favor in terms of how much you're getting for your money. Will some of the small iterative improvements not be there? Will you still have the dumb gear selector and stuff like that? Yeah, maybe. So I have to be honest because like we have a lot of fun making these car reviews and being the sort of middle-aged married couple car review
Hey,
channel.
you don't
I
have to
mean,
call us
we're
out
just
for being
being
old.
honest. We've got older kids, they can drive. We're in our 40s now, mid 40s if we're being honest. And this is a lot of fun, but we're very practical. And so I've got to be like, hey, look, spending $56,000, $57,000 on a brand new EV, any brand new EV right out the box. I mean, leasing is one thing, but to buy one straight up, you're gonna lose so much money on initial depreciation. You can pick up a GT or a fully loaded one of these for a sweet price right now, and I do not think you'd be disappointed. The Mustang Mach E might be the all-around best driving, one of the most practical, one of the best values, and if you get the GT, one of the best performing EVs that you can daily drive, and that's kind of where I would leave it, right?
You should be a used
Like,
car salesman.
this is my favorite daily driven EV, full stop. And I absolutely think if you're interested in one, you should check one out. But maybe the used GT, that's where I would start.
Okay, so for the Megan moment, Megan minute, Megan wrap up. That doesn't
Megan wrap up.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Exterior wise, I love this car. I mean, even in the pink, I mean, I'm a pink girl. What can I say? I would give it like
Yeah, you wore pink.
a 9 out of 10.
Oh, 9 out of 10.
I think it looks really good.
Okay.
I think
Go
it looks
Mustang
really good.
Mach E.
The tires look great. The
wheels.
I just think you know what I meant. I just really like it. The interior, like comfort wise, I mean, there's really not. I mean, other than like the screen's too big and then my little screen is too small. If you could kind of fix those two things. Other than that, maybe an 8.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, I mean the seat's very comfortable.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's very comfortable. And you know how I feel. Like it kind of feels like we're getting to like King Ranch levels.
Whoa.
Like it's just very comfortable.
Legendary.
Which I mean we're never gonna reach that, I don't think. I'll be shocked if I can get something that
There's a new Expedition.
Ooh, I can't wait to try
Yeah.
that. Driving wise, maybe like a 7.
Okay, well, not bad.
Like I just don't love the brake and gas thing, and I do think it's something I could get used to over time because it just drives totally different than like a normal car. So I think that would take me some time to get used to, but I do think I could get used to it. But it's very smooth. It turns really well. I love the power. Like I love all that stuff. So I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
Now you have not told me how much it costs.
56,000. fully loaded.
I mean, that's not as bad. Well,
Average new car
I was
price
afraid
in
you were
America
going to tell
is
me
over
like
50.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to tell me in the 60s.
Nope.
Because some of these EVs are expensive.
Yep.
I mean, that's not bad. How does that compare to other cars in the class?
Pretty good, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
so is
it's-
this fully loaded?
Yeah, this one is fully loaded.
Okay, so this one would be like 56.
Yep.
I
think
mean,
it can go up to like right at 58 if like there might
it's
be
still
one or two
crazy
things.
expensive. Cars are crazy expensive
Well,
these
yeah,
days.
cars
so
in general.
Yeah, so in general, that is expensive. But
But
honestly,
like a fully loaded RAV4 costs like 40
right. So what's the big difference?
Yeah.
Really. So not bad. So overall, I'm gonna go like an 8.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, because I love the way it looks. It's very comfortable. I like the way it drives. So if we're talking about in between, so if you're looking for an EV, what's the mile range?
This one's right at 300.
Which is not bad. I mean, that to me
It's
is
not
a
bad.
downfall because I want to be able to go wherever I want to go and not have to worry about it. But if you've planned your trip and you know where you're going and you know where there's charging things and stuff, like that's not too bad.
Yeah.
So yeah. So overall, I think if you're looking for an EV, give it a try. It's super comfortable. I'm 100% right on that. You're gonna be like, oh, Megan was right.
So
if you
that's
sit
your
inside
number
it.
one thing.
Oh, the comfort, yeah, for sure. Like, I just feel like the driver experience, like the when it's set, that to me is very important. Like, I want to be comfortable in my car. I mean, because you're in it for a while and you're driving around, especially if you're driving in traffic like you had to do.
Yeah.
You want to be comfortable. And I think they did a great job with that. So, yeah, check it out. Thanks for watching.